We're trying to get a project photographed. There's a house a little bit north of Toronto that is just completing, and it's a big project. It's a very exciting big project for us, and getting it photographed would also lead to other potentially large projects, which is great. The contractor and I have decided that we will split the cost of photographing this project, which is great. But the tricky thing is it will finish at the end of the month, and they're gonna move in at the start of the next month. So we have a window of like a week to photograph this thing. Trouble is, there's no furniture. So it's basically an empty space. We've been looking up, staging crews, companies that specifically do staging for real estate or for photography or whatever. And it's not cheap. It's like a few $1,000 just to put some furniture in for like 7 hours kind of thing. And it's like, ooh, I don't have that kind of money. So it's like, okay, what do we do? And so it was this hassle of like, okay, what photographer might be available at this short notice? Figuring that out. And we got a few quotes, and their costs is their costs. Then it's like, okay, we might have a good photographer almost locked in, but we got to figure out staging. Looked up staging, it's like, woo, that's way more money than I can afford for marketing, for advertising. Well, there's also a back and forth to that too, because one staging company's like, oh, we're booked up, can you do it earlier? And I'm like, we can't do it earlier, can we do it later? Then talking to the clients, like, can we do this earlier? And it's like, oh no, talking to the contractors, like, oh no, we're not gonna be done yet. Talking to the clients, like, oh, can we photograph this after you've moved in? And their response is, actually no, like, we wanna just move in and live in the house. So we got to try to respect that. We got to somehow get it into this little window. So then thinking creatively, it's like, wow, what do we do? I don't have the money to stage it, but we got to get it photographed. So we're gonna get it photographed. So now the consensus is we found we're gonna use a photographer that we love, and they're going to shoot it in the time frame in that week that we have open. It's not gonna have any furniture. It's gonna be a blank canvas. And there's a couple options here. I might get a 3D renderer to put in photorealistic furniture into the space. And what that entails is they actually have to model the whole house to get the right lighting, to get the right kind of reflections and things like that, to composite into this image. I might have to do that. And that is shockingly, that is significantly cheaper than getting actual furniture into the space, because Canadian labor is so expensive. This renderer is actually offshore, it's overseas. So I think I'm gonna do that. I have to reach out to my renderer to see if that's within reason for them. I'm pretty sure they can do it. We'll see how it goes, but gosh, it's been a process, just like this is this kind of moment in time that we're trying to capture. But that was the stress of this last kind of week of, it's one of the stresses. Thanks for tuning in. This is Architect on the Move. I'm Jason. Cheers. Bye.